Hello everyone, Mark here, and today I'm going to be doing an unboxing and review video on this cool little action camera. And this action camera is the B1 4K action cam, basically a clone of the wimius and Onreal 4K action cameras, but this just was at a fraction of the price, but it still should be a good upgrade to my DB Power action camera. So before I get the camera out of the box, I'll give you a quick closer look at the box itself, and I will talk a little bit about some of the specifications. So like I say, it's a 4K action camera, and on the side here you've just got some basic information, basically telling you it's Wi-Fi compatible. It films up to 4K resolution, but to be honest it's probably not true 4K, it's more likely 2K resolution upscaled to 4K. It uses a 2.45 inch LCD touchscreen, so I'm really looking forward to testing that out. It has a 170-degree high resolution wide angle lens. It uses the Novatech 96660 processor. It has a stated battery life of 2 hours using the 3.7 volts 1000 mAh LiPo battery, and it can take stills in up to 16 megapixels. Now on the side here, it basically tells you a bit more information on the back as well. Just basically it says notice that specifications may be upgraded and updated due to firmware updates and stuff like that. And then on the back here you've got some more specifications. Now I'm not going to run through all of them, but you can pause the video if you want to go over every single specification that this camera has. But like I say, it uses a Novatech 96660 CPU processor. It has a Sony IMX078 sensor. It has a wide angle lens of 170 degrees. It uses a 2.45 inch LCD touchscreen. It does video formats in MP4 and H.264. It has video resolution of up to 4K down to obviously VGA, and we'll go over a little bit more about the video specifications in the video. And it takes picture format at JPEG. Now this camera itself supports a micro SD card up to 64 gigabytes, and to be honest that's more than enough for an action cam anyway. And the audio frequency is meant to be stereo, but we will soon see about the audio quality of this camera anyway. To be honest, not many action cameras, unless you're talking high-end action cameras, have great sound quality, but we will test that anyway when it comes to the actual footage anyway. So let's get it out of the box and have a nice closer look at this camera. Okay then, so let's get the camera out of the box and have a nice closer look at the quality and the specifications of the camera. So let's take it out, slide it out just like so, put that to one side. Now the box itself, it's quite a nice sturdy box, but we're actually interested in the camera. So you got your instructions here. Now normally the instructions for things like this are not very good, but the camera is quite self-explanatory anyway, and from what I've seen the settings are very easy to go through on the camera. So let's have a closer look at that. So let's get the camera out of the box, put that to one side, and let's check out some of the accessories that comes with it. Let's put that to one side. Okay, so you've got your USB charging lead. Now to charge this camera up, it doesn't come with a battery charger as such. What you do, you plug your USB cable into the camera, and then you can charge up the camera via a PC, laptop or USB power supply. So you've got a cleaning cloth, and then you've got a lens protector, which is quite good. So if you're transporting your camera and you're not got it in the case, you can put that on, so I'll be using that. And then you've just got a series of different mounts and accessories. So let's just quickly get them out so you can have a look. Just like so. So basically all your bog standard mount, so helmet camera mount, bike handlebar mount, and stuff like that, and mount here so you can mount it into a tripod and things like that. So yeah, just your basic accessories there. So let's put these to one side. Now there is one that I do want to show you because I think it's pretty cool. Now obviously, as the camera is a touchscreen camera, when you've got it in this waterproof casing, you can't actually use your touchscreen. So what they actually do, they include this separate back panel here. Now this back panel allows you to use your phone, camera touchscreen still. As you can see there, it's quite flex. It's basically a bit like a screen protector on your phone. So what you do, you just replace the back there, and it allows you to still use your touch screen function, which is really good because when it's in this waterproof setting, all you can do is actually turn your camera on and off and start the video and stop the video. So being able to do it with obviously your touch screen is really good. So let's get the actual camera out of the case because that's what we all want to see. So let's flip that open. Nice. Okay, so straight away I can tell that this is really well made. It feels much nicer quality than my old DB Power action camera. Now this lasted quite well, hopefully that focus. This lasted a good few years and it's done its job really well, but the lens is scratched now, so it's time to replace it. So I replaced it with this, and like I say, this is a clone or copy of the Onreal action camera, and you're talking between £80 to £100 for the Onreal 4K action cam, and I picked this one up for just over 20, which is a bargain. It really is. Now as you can see there, it's got Bob Love written on there. I'm pretty sure this is not a Bob Love camera because at the end of the day it has B1 written on the box, and Bob Love, as far as I know, do not make this camera. So but I don't care what the sticker says at the end of the day. It's all about if the action camera is good, good quality, and functions good as well. So let's turn it on and actually go into some of these settings. Now let's peel that off and peel the lens protector off as well, why not? Okay, so hopefully I'm going to be able to pick up the LCD display in the camera. So I apologise if we don't see it that clearly. But as you can see there, the camera screen on here is actually really nice, and from what I've heard, the touchscreen is very responsive. So let's quickly go over some of the settings. Hopefully you're going to be able to see this, guys. Okay, so on here there, if I tilt it at an angle, you'll be able to see it a bit more. So on here you've got video resolution. So if I click on that, it goes from 4K all the way down to obviously VGA. So 4K at 24 frames per second, 2K at 30, 1080p at 60, 1080 at 30. It has slow-mo, so 720 at 120 frames per second, which is pretty good. I'm looking forward to trying the slow-mo out on here. And then basically, like I say, you've got all your video settings and resolutions. Now this is stated to be a 4K camera, but to be fair, guys, it's not really going to be a true 4K camera. It's going to be, if anything, the footage will be 2K or 4 or 1080p, and then just upscale to 4K. But that's not an issue. As long as I get decent quality 1080p footage, I'm more than happy. So let's go into the settings. Now in the settings, you've just got your basic settings here, power on and off. So you can basically, whenever you turn your camera on, you can set it to start recording automatically and stuff like that. You've got your time and your date settings, your language, your power on and off. You can turn the beep sound on and off. You've got your frequency. I'm going to keep mine at 50 Hertz. You've got your fisheye setting. Basically it give your video more of a fisheye type view, so rounded off your video footage. I'm not too keen on that. You've got your screensaver setting, your image rotation, your format, so you can format the actual SD card and stuff like that, default settings, and your version. So as you can see, very simple to go through all of these settings. So if I now go to the main screen, I can press my video mode, and then I get some more settings there. I've got video mode normal, time lapse, slow motion, normal photo mode, photo lapse mode, and then sequence. So it basically takes loads of shots at once. Very, very easy to go through these video settings. I'm very impressed with that. Now some of the others, like my DP Power, you've got 3 buttons, and then 3 buttons basically does 6 things, and then you have to constantly press different buttons for different features and stuff like that. So having a touchscreen is really handy, and like I say, the actual settings and working around the settings, going through the options is very easy. So what I'm going to do, I'll quickly turn it off. You've got 2 ways to turn it off. You can turn it off by pressing and holding the on, off and action button, which I will do, or you can just turn it off by using the touchscreen. Okay, so what we'll do here, I'll quickly open this little flap up now, and then that will show you basically you've got your mini HDMI port and then your USB charging port. So basically, like I say, you just insert the USB charger, then put it to a USB power supply, and it will charge the battery. And the battery will take around 3 hours to charge, give or take how flat you actually run the battery down, and then you're going to get between 1 hour and 2 hours video time. So let's actually put a SIM card in here and see how well it copes doing a video. I might put a little video in the top right hand corner actually, guys, just to show some video footage. But let's quickly have a closer look at the battery. Now the battery is a 3.7 volt 1000 mAh battery. Now unfortunately it's not compatible with my old action camera batteries, and like I say, this is the clone version of the Onreal action cam. Now I've checked, and the Onreal action cam, the wimius action cam, and the B1 action cam all use these batteries. They're the exact same batteries. Now if I was to buy one of those batteries and it be for the Wimius version or the Onreal version, it's going to cost me more than what I actually pay for this action camera. So I will try and hunt down some of these batteries and get them as cheaply as I can. So it uses a micro SD card, and it's compatible to up to 64 gigs. So let's find the slot which is there, and let's push that in. Let's try and get that in. Now there we go, slots in that way. You just push it down, that locks into place just like so. Okay, so my SIM card's inserted, and we can now put the battery back in. Very nice. I'm really liking that, the fact that this has got protection covers for everything, because my old action camera, you've got like everything's out in the open, so dust, dirt and stuff like that does get into these sockets, guys, and it can play havoc with your cameras. So it's nice that this one is basically a sealed unit. I've got a tripod mount on the bottom, which is good, so I don't actually need to have it in a case like this one to be able to mount it into a tripod. It will just go directly on there. It's meant to have a stereo sound quality or frequency. I'm a bit dubious about that, because unless you're spending top money on an action camera, the audio quality is never that great on these little things. But for what I want to be using it for, and for what most people want to be using it for, they work really well. Okay, so before I end the video, what I might actually do, because it is Wi-Fi compatible, I'm actually going to quickly sync it up to my phone and see if we can do some Wi-Fi feed videos going. So let's quickly set the camera up and set up the app. So let's turn it on, press and hold it, and then it comes on like so. And then we're going to turn my phone on. Now we're going to go to the camera settings. And then what we need to do now is find the Wi-Fi. So let's go to the settings. Now to get the settings up on the Wi-Fi, you just basically down scroll. Then we're going to click Wi-Fi on the actual camera, and as you can see, we've got a Wi-Fi signal, and then it tells you your camera and the password. So let's open up my Wi-Fi, and then hopefully it's going to pick up the actual camera itself just like so, and it has done. and it's obtaining the IP address, and it is now connected. So now what we need to do is go to the Cam app, and as you can see there, we've now got live feed from my action camera. Let's quickly scroll around. As you can see there, now there is a little bit of a delay, but it is very, very doable. Now, one good thing about this one, quite a lot of Wi-Fi cameras, once you actually connect them to the Wi-Fi on your phone, you actually lose picture signal on the camera, but this one's actually staying, so I'm very, very happy with that. So let's quickly look around my room. As you can see there, I'm looking around the room and all of my footage is being transferred to my phone, so very happy with that. But not only that, obviously you can control all of the functions now via your phone, so you can take pictures, video, you can check your folders, you can change the resolution, you can turn your microphone on and off and look at all of your settings, as you can see there. So it basically allows you to do everything that your action cam allows you to do. So I'm very, very impressed with this. I'm looking forward to going out and actually using this camera, trying out some video footage, doing some drone footage with this, as well as some other bits and bobs. So that is it for this one, guys. I just wanted to share this little unboxing and review video with you. I do recommend this. Now, if you've got the money, of course, go for the Onreal or wimius version, because they are going to be slightly better quality, but if you can pick up the B1 4K action camera for a great price, like I did, like I say, just over £20, go for it, because obviously it is a bargain and it's going to do you some good video footage anyway. So that's it for me, guys. Thanks for watching. Please do hit that subscribe button. Take care, everyone. Bye bye.